What is up, people? Megasonic here with another Dragon Ball Z Super episode review. You guys know how this goes. I talk, I yammer about, a good 20 minutes of your time and talking about this episode. But before you want to do that, or if you want to do afterwards, feel free to. I'm not hassling you, but check out our rest of our videos. I have a playlist for you guys to check out the other reviews. But on top of that, you also should like and subscribe because we're almost at 100 subscribers, and I really appreciate if you push us to that goal. We've been really working hard here, and we really want to keep promoting content for you guys, and I will really feel appreciated if you subscribe and get us to 100 and possibly give us to 1,000, 3,000, whatever you want to get us to. Anyway, let's get on with the review. So, Dragon Ball Super episode 99. It starts out kind of like where we left off. Rumors exactly where we left off. Everyone's kind of like, geez, like, you don't just wiped out Universe 9. I think everyone's kind of like rethinking. Like, I think one of the gods points out that everyone's kind of rethinking their strategies around, because it kind of like stops from everyone from fighting and just really like stare at the Xeno King. Because a lot of people probably never even seen the Xeno King, or probably even heard what the Xeno King is. Like, probably Frieza, like, is a perfect example. Frieza sees the power firsthand, and he just automatically is like, yo, one day I'm gonna take you off that throne. Like, I'm gonna take both of you off that throne. And that brings a lot of questions for Frieza's character. And I have to say this, I was not liking Frieza's character to be involved in this plot. I feel like they keep bringing him back because he's a popular villain, and I feel like we were getting tired of him. But now Frieza's becoming, with this development of his character and showing more of him as not only as a greedy tyrant, but more in lines of just like someone who's very dark and will never go to be a good character, which I like a lot more. I don't think he will be long in Dragon Ball Super after this arc. I feel like they'll get rid of him eventually, but I actually do enjoy him in this arc a little bit better than I enjoy Boo. So everyone is like nervous, and Goku and Vegeta are talking about it, and they're just like, okay, we're gonna just push to be the best and be the last one standing. Then they turn around, they see Hit and I forgot the yellow guy's name, rolling up on them, like walking up to them. So obviously Hit is probably going after Goku for a rematch. Because if you guys I'm not talking about the one at the Champa arc. I'm talking about the one during that small minuscule arc where Goku had a hit on him from an anonymous person. I say anonymous because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who just comes across this review and hasn't really watched the previous episodes. But Goku had a hit on him, and Hit came and they fought, and Goku actually won. So I feel like Hit was actually making his way to Goku and Vegeta, because it's also smarter because Goku and Vegeta are literally the top fighters on that team. So like, if in Universe 6, the people who are in that Champ arc, they know that. So they're like, let's take these guys out first, or try our best to get these guys out, and it'll be smooth sailing. It might be some stronger dudes here, but we know what Goku's capable. We know what Vegeta's capable. Vegeta wiped out a good portion of our team at the last tournament. So let's focus on getting rid of them. So Vegeta goes, I got them. You go fight someone else. And Goku does go off. And Vegeta rushes at Hit. He's going for Hit. And the big blubber dude kind of jumps in the middle of the fight and is like, nah, you're fighting me. Hit disappears. Obviously, probably to go chase after Goku. I feel that we're going to get a nice Goku and Hit rematch. Probably not next week, probably the week after, or probably the week later on. And I feel that Hit will this is my prediction for Hit's character. I feel like Hit will be thrown out the ring by Jiren, which makes Goku even more excited to want to fight him. So Vegeta's fighting, the pump guy, as well as Vegeta's easily handling him, using his moldable, his tangible body to his advantage, tying him up and ready to throw him off. But Magetta, the robot guy he fought in the last arc, comes in. So Vegeta's like, alright, fine, no problem, I can easily take him out. So they start calling him names and all that stuff. And like, they found a way around it. Pretty much like the rubber Winnie the Pooh looking dude jumps on top of him to cover his ear. And since he's kind of hard to get rid of, since he can't feel pain, so he can't be knocked down or molded easily, it will be a lot more harder to deal with him. and getting them off of Megeta will probably be an issue, and Megeta can constantly keep. So we're probably gonna see next week or the week after, most likely next week, of how Vegeta handles those two, because I feel like Vegeta is gonna just knock both of them off eventually, and he has the power to do so. But then again, this is a battle royale. You can't push yourself too hard in an early match. We're still in the early stages, people. So no, even though there's one universe gone, it's still in the early stages. I think they said like it's only been 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes, and there's 43 other minutes too. Just think about it. It's been 3 episodes. Like, come on, guys. Anyway, so then it jumps back to the rest of the Z fighters. They're all kind of just waiting, and one guy from Universe 10, I believe, he's a bird type. That's the Zamatsu universe. He starts charging at the Z fighters and shooting key blasts. Obviously, Gohan just knocks it back with no problem, since he's the strongest out of that whole little group right there. And he starts shooting off more volleys. Everyone kind of spreads out a little bit, getting into the fight. And Krillin, throws the destructo disc, a triple destructo disc attack, which is cool. And the bird dodges them nearly until the third one cuts its wing, and that gives enough time for Master Roshi to push the bird out with a Kamehameha wave. And I like that teamwork these guys do. I like that, even though the fact that Master Roshi and Krillin are not the strongest, like they can't go ultra duper super saiyan mode, but like, geez, these guys are like they're very intelligent fighters. Like, obviously you can see like brains matter more when it comes to bronze. If you have both, you're a master. Like, that's the reason why Master Roshi was chosen over Goten and Trunks. It just made more sense because Goten and Trunks, I feel that they'll turn to Gotenks and get knocked out or slip out on a banana peel, and that's 2 people gone already. So like, yeah, you gotta choose who's smart, who's like, I'd rather choose a experienced boxer over a newbie, even though the newbie might be physically stronger. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, so the battle then jumps, and then we cut to a scene. Earlier, we cut to a scene with 17, 18, and they're chatting about like, geez, and 17 kind of remarks like, "Oh, you're nice and kinder now. I think that has to do with you living on Earth and stuff." And she's like, "Yeah, that has to do with Krillin." And I like the focus that was on Krillin. But also they bring up one thing is like that I was thinking too is like, wait, we're androids. We have unlimited ki energy. We never get tired. We are literally like built like that. We never get tired. We're like, yo, you just want to jump these fools, and I was like, yes, I want that. I want a nice episode of 17 and 18 curb stomping somebody in particular, which I'll get into the end. Which I think that's how that person gets knocked out of the ring. Anyway, so going back to the main plot. Everyone's sitting there nervous about the universe not getting destroyed, and they realize it's a lot more heavy on the list because everyone's getting destroyed immediately. So then we cut to a clip of 18 fighting this guy from Universe, I believe 4, which is the sleazy mouse universe, which is the sleazy mouse battle god whatever. Him, yes, the mouse guy. I don't like, fuck him, but they're fighting, and 18 knocks a dude down. And everyone's like, shoot, 18 might have killed this guy. But we find out that that's all a lie. It's a cheap tactic. He pretended to be knocked out so he can like knock 18 up in the air and just like hit her with a volley of attacks, which almost throws her out. Like, she practically, if it wasn't for Krillin jumping in to save her, it would have been like the end of the day, like the end of the match for her. She would have been out. So Krillin and 18 decide to double team on this wolf guy. And they're doing very well. They're jumping him, but they do this very interesting technique and very interesting tactic they use, where they kind of like in like a chess move. Let's say 18's a queen and Krillin's a rook. In that sort of line, you have the rook pointing, and say the guy's a king. 18's pointing on the other side of the dude. The key's in check, and Krillin is on the other side of the dude. He's in check. So, like, that means checkmate, because there's a way to get out of it, but anyway, every time they move, it's always going to be a check. So, checkmate, it's going to be the issue. And in chess, you use this tactic to kind of, like, push the person, to push their king to the edge of the table, edge of the board, and eventually when they hit the edge of the board, it's an automatic win. And the reason why I'm bringing up chess in this sort of aspect is because the fact that this is the type of move they use. So pretty much, Krillin shoots his purple ki blast, and 18, he dodges it, but 18 catches it, adds more ki to it, throws it so it can get bigger, and they do it repeatedly, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until it gets bigger enough to the point it can knock him out. And I'm like, that is real smart. That's a nice technique they develop. I like seeing 17, 18 techniques kind of like, not 17, 18, but Krillin and 18 to kind of develop techniques, because there are a couple they love. Even Beerus like says, "Oh, thank you God, nice couple." Like I like that teamwork they have. So eventually, this like Kung Fu, the guy from the same universe, I believe from the same world, this Kung Fu Fox jumps in, and he's kind of curb stomping and kicking the mess out of both of them. And Krillin gives 18 Master Roshi's glasses. Even Master Roshi's like, wait, how did he get those? I'm wondering, like, did Master Roshi realize his glasses wasn't on his face? Like, I wear glasses too, but like, I will lose my mind if I don't feel them on my face. But he gives it. He does the the new technique, the 100 times solar flare technique, and he does it, and then the dude just brushes and kicks Krillin to the ground. So the Krillins was sitting there wondering, like, how is this dude doing that? And the dude's like, well, joke's on you, I'm blind. And this is the constant, like, rhythm they do with Krillin. Krillin's probably he's not the strongest, but I believe he isn't the weakest. I do believe that he's just the unlucky. Like, every fight in Krillin in is always someone way more powerful or have an edge over him. The dude is blind. Solar Flare just doesn't work on him, which is just like, damn. So Krillin, decides to use, because when you're blind and you have enhanced senses, your senses are very, keened up. So he started to use that to his advantage. So as he's like trading blows with the guy, he takes off his slipper and throws it, and it stinks, and the smell is, it may not stink too bad, but like to him it probably smells like hell, like a garbage truck or 20 garbage trucks in like 90 to 100-degree weather. Like, it's probably smelling like worse. And Krillin, this stuns him for a bit. Krillin does a Kamehameha, knocking homeboy out, and like just knocking homeboy out the ring. And I'm just like, whew, I like that a lot. Like, Krillin, like, the dude may be stronger than me, but I got smarts over this guy. I can outthink him. And it seems cool for Krillin. Krillin got 2 wins under his belt. Go ahead, Krillin. Until this bitch made motherfucker. Yeah, Frost. Frost comes in and sidelines freaking Krillin off the stage. And I'm just like, it happens not dramatic, but so quick that if you blink, you would have just saw Krillin teleport right to the stadium. You're like, what happened? And like, everyone's just like, yo, what the hell? Like, why of all people Krillin? Krillin was killing it. He was doing an episode, and then he got sidelined by a bitch-made Frieza copy. And what gets me most upset is the dude like automatically had a like, he just did a smoke bomb attack and skipped away. Like, he didn't want to fight 18, which was like, that's really bitch-made. Like that's really pussy. I'm sorry. Like, I'm kind of upset at that. Like, I'm really upset at that. Like, that's some punk stuff right there. But Krillin's disqualified. It's the first person on the main squad to get knocked out, and I'm just like, like, come on, let my dude rock. I love this episode. I really do. It's funny thing about it also is that when Krillin got knocked out, Beerus, scolds him a little bit, and we expect it for someone like Beerus, but then Supreme Kai Shin is also scolding him too. He's like, yeah, like, there's no problem. Like, he's saying like it's not a big deal, but we can see it in his face that he is irked. Like, he's livid. Like, dude, you just wasted this for us, and it's not his fault. Frost sidelined him and sweeped his leg like a punk, and then disappear like Batman. Like, who does that in Dragon Ball Z? Who does that? Anyway, I'm not gonna get too much into this episode. That's what happened, and I have to say this, I enjoyed this episode a lot more than I thought I would. I actually enjoy Krillin. He was a badass. I love his fighting style. I love his techniques. I love the techniques between Krillin and 18. I thought they were really well put together, and I love the strategy aspect that's being brought back to Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball Z kind of had that, but it wasn't the focus. And I feel like having a team battle, everyone has to coordinate attacks much better. Like, last week we got like a nice Goku and Vegeta coordinate attack, and this week we got a nice 18 to 17, not 18 to 17, but like 18 Krillin coordinate attack. And I want, like I remember said before, I do want 17 and 18 to do what they did to Future Gohan to Frost. Just yes, I want that. I really want that. I want 17, 18 to like just sweep, kick, punch, blast him, and then throw him out the ring. And that's the one thing I'm kind of disappointed. We're not seeing these two interact like fighting wise. Like we see them talk, but we don't see them interact fighting wise, which I really want. Which we probably will see, but not for now. Anyway, what would I give this episode? I had to give this episode a 4.5 out of 5. It was well put together. I really enjoy it. Animation was good. Can't wait for next week's episode. Next week's episode sounds like it's the 100th episode, and I'm not gonna share what happens, but stay tuned. That will be the 100th episode. It would be funny if we got to 100 subscribers and I review the 100th episode of Dragon Ball Super. That would just be meta, but if we don't, whatever, I'm still gonna do the review because I like doing these, and you guys like watching these too. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Megasonic out. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your summer.